All right, everyone, before we get into today's episode, I just want to talk about something I've been working on and something that is really, well, I say everything's kind of become a passion play, but it really has. And that is a website I have just launched. In fact, today is the official launch date. I had to really set a timeline for myself because I was going to draw it out for too long. But if you head over to jimbodaily.com, that's jimbodaily.com, JIMBODAILY.com. I'll link it up in the show notes if you need to. But if you head over there, what I've done is made a really easy resource for not only, first of all, my customers, really, the customers that I still service as a detailing business, not only them, but for all of you who listen to the podcast and wonder, hey, what products do you recommend? What products do you like? What new products are you trying? All that stuff. And what I've done is teamed up with all the manufacturers of these products and got a distribution deal and am reselling them so I can hold and stick with normal pricing. So basically all it does is puts a little coin in my pocket without charging you guys anymore. But beyond all that back end stuff, what it is just a place that I can refer people that isn't Amazon, that isn't anywhere else, that it's my own site that I can control, what products are on there, and it makes it easy for me to refer it out. So better than Amazon links and all that. So if you head over to jimbodaily.com, you're going to see the buffing pads I like, and this is the initial launch, and I'm going to constantly be adding products to it. So the vision for it is for it to grow into a more robust page with a lot more products, but I got custom photos done for it because I didn't want just stock generic photos like every other website has on them. I really wanted to make it personal because it is personal for me, and I really wanted to make a really good resource for you, the listener, and it's all been possible, and I'm just blown away at the response that has already come from not only this site, because I launched it actually last night to my email list, but not only, you guys are just so awesome, so I really do appreciate you. And this is hopefully an extension of giving back to the community, but also because I'm business minded, it's a way for me to generate a little bit of additional revenue too for the products that you're probably already buying. And that's really what it comes down to is, hey, if you like the podcast, you enjoy it, you've gotten a lot out of it, and you're buying products that I have on jimbodaily.com elsewhere, all I ask is that you buy them from me. It's as simple as that. I'm not marking the price up at all. I'm sticking to what the going rate is and the map pricing for all the distributors that I currently have on there. So there's a couple tools on there, and I should have said this sooner, but if you could skip this, I'm not planning on rambling forever. But there's a couple products on there that actually I've never even talked about before because I get them from a local distributor by me, and a couple tools as well that I don't really ever talk about. So, and that's really what I want to do with that site is to have those, local jobber products that I use, that I like using, open those up a little bit and get them some exposure. So I hope you'll take advantage of jimbodaily.com. I really appreciate if you make orders on there. I'm personally shipping everything out myself, so we'll see how that goes. That's going to be an experience in and of itself. But today's the official launch day, so I'm going to be hitting it heavy this week. I'm going to be running some Facebook ads, some marketing, all that. So in conjunction with the Detailer Inner Circle, the podcast, and now I have Jimbo Daily as well, I'm super excited to just really be going deep, deep, deep into this industry that we all love so much. So I appreciate you guys for listening. This episode is awesome, but I have a whole nother intro for the podcast here, so I'm going to let that go. I just wanted to break out and say check out jimbodaily.com. If nothing else, just check it out. I would appreciate that in and of itself. You just heading over to the website. And all right, here we go.
Fellow auto detailers, welcome to the show that features interviews with today's most successful auto detailers. This is the Auto Detailing Podcast. Here's your host, Jimbo Balaam.
What's up, everyone? Just recorded an amazing episode with Claude Harris. This episode that we're going to be listening to, this episode we did over lunch, which was very cool. And let me just double check. This is actually going to be episode 326. So welcome to episode 326 of the Auto Detailing Podcast. I actually hung out with Claude up at the LA Auto Show a couple weeks ago now. And then we just got lunch with his granddaughter and my buddy Greg, who also was on the Jay Leno episode. We kind of made a joke about that. But anyway, so there's going to be some ambiance. There's going to be some background noise, but I wasn't even going to record, but then I really wanted to, because it's these episodes, it's these conversations that I have with people that just are amazing, that I always think after the fact of, like, if I just would have set a recorder down in the middle of the table, it would have been out of the way and it wouldn't have mattered, and I would have been able to capture an amazing conversation. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And that's exactly what this episode is. Claude and I met up for lunch, and it was funny, we both brought someone with us, so we were both kind of trying to kill multiple stones. He had to, spend time with his granddaughter. Didn't have to. He was spending time with his granddaughter. I had told my buddy Greg that we were going to meet up for lunch, not realizing that I'd already met up with Claude. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. The point is, this conversation is the conversations that I love really having, that I usually don't set the recorder up for, and I'm super glad that I did. So I hope you guys get a lot out of this episode with Claude. Claude, if you're listening, I always enjoy our time together, always enjoy meeting up with you, especially since we're so close. So for everyone else, I hope you guys enjoy this episode 326, with the OG Claude Harris. Here we go. We can talk, and I'll edit out whatever, and everyone can chit-chat.
A luncheon podcast. That's different, man.
A luncheon podcast.
It's different.
That's fine, So there's
impromptu.
There's going to be a bunch of background noise, but actually I'll try to edit most of it out. Right? Most of it. It won't add for ambiance. So this recorder is really good at picking up the voice, the closeness over everything else. So, but we can just chit-chat about whatever, I guess. I don't know. Just like, so we're here with Claude and your granddaughter?
Yes.
Granddaughter and my buddy Greg. Greg, you made it on the Jay Leno episode. Yeah. Even though you said you weren't going to. He's like, I'm just going to sit here.
That's my one claim to fame.
And I was like, dude, if you want to chime in at any time. And he did. So that was cool.
That was cool.
But we just hung out at the Classic Auto Show and kind of caught up. And it's always good to meet up with you and the OG LA detailer.
The OG LA detailer, yes, sir.
So what's for everyone that hasn't been in our conversations, what's been going on with you?
Man, I've really been. You know what? It's funny. I look back. I was telling somebody about the podcast, and I happened to look back to tell them. I said, "Man," I said, "Have you heard my podcast or whatever?" So I was going back to find it, right? And dude, it was 4 years ago.
4?
It was 2014.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 2014. It was like number 113 or something like that.
Did we do it in person, or did we do it on the phone?
We did it on the phone.
How did we meet? I feel like I've known you forever.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't. Wow. I think just talking, and then I don't know. I think I just
maybe we're at a meet and greet.
You might have been at a meet and greet.
Because Ed Terwilliger. Anyway, yeah. I guess we run in the same circle. So.
Yeah. And then we just hooked up, and then we found out that we were so close. Yeah, we were neighborhood detailers, so it's like, dude, like I said, I'm an advocate for all the local, for the local guys, man, and staying close, and whenever we need to share work or whatever. I mean, I'm always open for that kind of stuff. So.
Love it. So I think if I can remember then back to when we first recorded. You have a full-time career.
Yes.
Being a maintenance man, right?
Yep, maintenance and operations.
Maintenance and operations.
Yep, maintenance and operations.
And then, which I think you have like the best situation going of all time. I told you that from the very beginning. And then you detail because you like it.
Yes.
And on the side. And, and obviously as a business and to make money. And so, but when we caught up at the Classic Auto Show, you've talked about how you're really doing more correction and coding jobs, or coding or correction and coding jobs. And you've been talking about the benefits of that. I saw your coding watch.
Yes. Yeah, I had my coating watch on, man.
Yeah, he came in a bling bling watch, and I'm like, dang, Claude, what's up? He's like, that's that coating money.
Yeah.
That's that coating money. So things are well.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's been good. This year, 2018, has started out really good for me. As far as the coatings, you know.
What was your goal for 2018? You wanted to do?
My goal was to do one a month.
One a month.
And
we're at the beginning of March right now.
Yes, I'm at the beginning of March right now. January I didn't. I just checked my books.
Yep.
January I did 2. February I did 3. And these are like literally like back to back, man. It's like incredible. It's like
you're gonna smash your goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash my goal. So
that's awesome. And are you still doing the routine maintenance or not as much?
Not, you know, I've been thinking about trying to kind of refigure that thing. You know, last year I started running into the issues of a lot of my clients are in the LA area.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You were always in
and it's
Hollywood,
Brentwood, Hollywood,
yes.
and it started really getting hard to go out there.
Right.
And so this is like, I mean, it's almost like perfect the way how this coating thing started. I mean, I'm at home literally.
Right.
They're dropping the cars at home. I don't have to go anywhere. Some of the jobs, I mean, from start to finish are like 6.5 hours. I mean, and it's like, it's ridiculous.
You're getting spoiled.
Yeah, big time. So I started really thinking about, you know, as I started taking on more clients, new clients,
right.
Depending on how far they were, I wasn't going to even offer the maintenance service because I found myself 2 hours there, 2 hours back. That's 4 hours on the road, and I'm not charging
enough to justify that.
I mean, dude, I mean, you can only, you know, you start getting over $100 for a maintenance service. You know, it's like, you know, even though some of the clients were paying for it because they like the service.
Yeah, but still, even at $100, if you got 4 hours just in travel time, even if you're there for an hour, I mean, still, but 5 hours for $100 is not. It's not. Even with a nice steady career, that's not what you want to be doing with your off time.
No, because and plus I have to because I keep the full-time job.
Right.
I have to. My time is regimented.
Right.
I mean, it's like I got these.
And you work
blocks,
nights, right?
Yeah, and I work nights. And I got these blocks of time where I need to stay.
Sure. How about the missus first? Or miss?
She's going to get the little kids-sized ribs.
Ribs?
Short ribs with some French fries.
Sorry, everyone. We're going to order our food right now. Bear with us.
And, some baby backs, too. Well, I mean, that's what she's going to get baby backs, not short.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby backs. I'm going to get baby back like a half a rack with some French fries.
And then it comes with 2 sides, so you get one side.
I don't know. What is it? I don't know. Probably. Like melty cheese.
How about hush puppies?
There you go. He was just asking about those. I'll have the nachos.
And I'm going to do the tri-tip pastrami sandwich. No tomato with the hush puppies.
What are hush puppies?
It's fried cornbread.
Yeah, they're like little balls. They're like
Thanks.
when they're done right.
Hopefully they're done
They're on
right.
point.
I didn't recommend the place.
It's a southern thing.
Hopefully everything doesn't suck.
Yeah,
We
it's
could have
a
picked Lucille's. Do you like Lucille's?
Lucille's is pretty good.
I like Lucille's.
I think it's better than
You think
Is
so?
it? Yeah. Lucille's is getting a little commercialized.
Okay.
It's getting
Too corporate.
commercialized.
Yep.
Yeah.
One time I was at Lucille's, and they have like the meal for 2. We had a gift card, right? And it was just me and Heather, and I was looking at the meal for 2, and it was like $50 for the meal for 2. She wanted her own thing, but I was looking at like a normal meal, and a normal meal was like $25, right? And like this meal for 2 came with an appetizer, 2 meals, and a dessert, right? So I ordered the meal for 2 because I'm like, I'll have lunch for the next 2 days and dinner tonight. And the server, I order it, and the server's like, that's for 2 people. I'm like, 1, 2. She like didn't want me to order it. I'm like, we had already ordered an appetizer. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you gonna judge me for ordering the meal for 2 right now?
I got 2 people at home.
I got 2 people at home, yeah. I'll be lucky if it makes it home.
Right.
I could literally finish it myself, but anyway. And we don't only have to talk about detailing. We could talk about whatever we want. I figured by the time our food gets here, we'll probably be able to shut this down.
Okay.
But that's what I just wanted to mainly talk about was how. So what have you done that has really led to more? Because that's the holy grail, right? Like everyone wants to work for 6 hours, make $800, work from home, like that. You're living the detailing dream. So, but how have you been able to transition from maintenance, driving 4 or 5 hours, and that people want to jump over that, that cutting your teeth and doing the crappy work and the grind and all that, but it's a way of paying your dues, right? Like everyone has to do, but but how have you transitioned from that mainly maintenance deal to doing 5 coatings in 3 months? I mean, that's good if that was your full-time gig.
Yes.
Let alone
I'm literally like doubling my income. I mean, I'm matching my income. Literally what I'm making, and I think the biggest thing for me, because last year it was kind of slow. And I decided pretty much. I said, you know what? This year coming up, I want to hit it. So whatever I need to do, I'm going to pull out some stops because the industry is still going up, and I want to get. We talked about that. I want to get that while it's still hot.
Yes. So because you're onto something there. I do think that the coating market is going to start sagging a little bit, and I think we're still early on it sagging, but I think that we're already in the beginning stages with coatings only being, haven't even really reached critical mass and awareness, and we're already starting to see the price drop as more consumers know about it. We're really starting to see it taper off. So when you said that, I'm like, man, that makes total sense. Like, take advantage of it while the market's hot, and they'll probably always be well priced, but I think we're going to see it be cut in half.
Because some of the products now that they're coming out, a lot of people are coming out with using a lot of the silicas and the spray detailers and stuff like that, where the average Joe could almost apply one. I mean, and they have a lot that they might last 1 or 2 years or whatever, but they're still they're going to be saving money, and they're getting more savvy. The community is getting more educated. Customers are getting more educated. I mean, now sometimes when they call me, they already know. They know the brand names. They know Ceramic Pro. They know this. They know that. And they already know, how long you have to keep it? You got to keep it for a certain amount of days. And what is that you have to do? Paint correction? They're talking, they know that kind of stuff. So
which is great, but it's going to drive the price down.
It's going to drive the price down. So, but like I said, I set out for this year to really hit it. And so one of my things was because last year was a little slow. And I was doing when I was getting the leads from Ceramic Pro. I was kind of like, I didn't like really doing the cold calling thing. So I was doing the email.
We talk a lot about that.
And
so
then,
Greg's in real estate, and we talk about door knocking, cold calling. It sucks.
It kind of sucks. And so, and it's funny. And I said, well, you know what? This year, when I get the lead, I'm going to text. That was my thing and then it's kind of a light bulb went on. It's like really like email is like almost antiquated now. Nobody checks them, and plus the fact, half the people got 4,000 emails, and everything goes to the junk and the spam.
I think I saw a stat like 85 or 90% quicker than they check the email.
Yes. So I think that was one of the biggest things that helped me with as far as Ceramic Pro, and then some of the other stuff started coming from just referrals and people looking for coatings now. And I decided in my mind, I said, you know what, I'm going to just try to get it while it's hot, strike while the irons are hot. And ever since I made that claim.
So texting has really just something so simple. You know what's funny? This episode's going to go out on Monday, but I already have a quick tip scheduled for a few weeks from now talking about texting, and there's a few I think there's an app, a texting app for iPhones. It's called Hit 'em Up. And you can send mass text to people, right? But then, so for the Detailer Inner Circle, I was talking to Pete about this. Dude, he's the one that told me about it, right? And I'm like, dude, this is super cool. So part of the detailer inner circle is he's having a text message platform.
Okay.
And putting it as a part of the detailer inner circle because the thing that the Hit 'em Up app, I don't know if it's free. I think it costs per text message, but it's cheap. But like you said, your conversion rates are through the roof because, like you said, Greg, everyone's gonna when their phone goes off for a text, they're gonna read it.
They're looking.
Even if it's spam or not, they're gonna read it. You know. So hitting people up like, hey, you put in a quote for a, you know. And I've seen that work for me too. Of like, because I'm like you get it late or you don't want to call, or you're at work and you're busy. It's like, but so is everyone else.
Right. And it's funny because, like I said, I was talking to the guys at Ceramic Pro, the guys that are doing the marketing and stuff, and they had told me this before, but they said, you know, like when somebody puts an inquiry in, it's going through the system fast, so they pretty much got it.
Right.
And if you get the text, you buy the lead, and you send the text that day, they're gonna look at it going, oh man.
Because they've probably been doing the research for 2 months. You know what I mean? So when they put in that request, they're ready to move on.
They're ready.
You know, and so that's probably why you're seeing that.
Yeah.
They're ready to move.
And it's been working for me, man. It's like,
are those Shopkins? My kids love my daughter. How old is she?
5. She just turned 5.
So well, you saw her, right?
Yep.
Or you saw her. My oldest is 5 and loves Shopkins and has it's so funny, the purse.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's the stuff, man.
Super busy.
Yep.
It's better that than an iPad.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she does that too, but you know, I have to be regulated. I have to stop her and let her plug in and do that.
So are you baby? Are you?
I'm Papa watching, man. Papa duty, man.
I don't like babysitting.
Yeah,
it's like,
Papa duty,
she's
man.
not a baby, and I don't have to be forced to watch her.
She's good, man. We have a good time together. And I'm on Papa duty, man. So it's
fun.
It's great, man.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. I'm telling you, man. Just to see another generation.
Yep.
And she's great, man. My daughter's working, really good with her and stuff like that, training her, teaching her, because she's actually a school teacher.
Oh, okay.
So she's very kind of like
nice, regimented.
Yeah. Really, really good. So
do you have to work tonight?
I have to work this afternoon. Actually, I go in at 4. On Fridays, I go in at 4.
And what time do you get out?
12:30.
What's your normal?
My normal is 9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m.
Oh my God. So what will that look like if you have so you work Monday through Friday?
Monday through
Friday.
Would
that be Sunday night?
No, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Monday night.
Monday night is when I go in. It's my first night. So pretty much my regimen is if I have a job, I get off at 5:30. I'm home by 6.
Oh, wow.
I go to bed, and if I have a job, I'm up by 9. So pretty much what I've done over the years, because I've been working, because I started out as center-back. I was there for 6 years, so I've been doing it. And what I figured out is that what works best for me is the power nap. Okay. So I pretty much live on power nap. So as long as I can keep doing that, I'm going to keep doing it. So I get my sleep in sections. So I'll get up at 9. I won't set the appointment no earlier than 10:30. Go out, do my thing, get back to the house, and to sleep. Get another power nap. Like I try
How
to get home.
How long are your power naps?
Anywhere from they average about between 3 and 5 hours.
Okay. Do you have any trouble falling asleep?
No.
Okay.
My body is like so
ready.
I mean, it could be broad daylight like this. I can lay down and go to sleep.
Don't
have to pull the shades or anything, dude.
Okay.
It's like it's incredible.
Nice.
And it's just that's how I do it. So I try to, especially in my later years, I try to eat pretty decent, and I still try to exercise, and that's been able to help me keep going.
So you have no days and nights. You just have one continuous.
That's it. I'm literally sometimes when I tell people all the time, one of the things that I found out when I first started doing it is that, because people say, man, how do you do the graveyard? How you do this, that? I said, look, dude, you eat when you're hungry, and you sleep when you're tired. That's it. You don't think, because I found when I first started doing it, people would go home and you sleep after your graveyard, right? You sleep till 12 o'clock. The whole day is wasted. And I started thinking, I said, you know what? Some of this is psychological. So I'm thinking when you work a regular job, you don't go home and go to sleep, right? You do some stuff. That was my thinking. So okay, I went home. I used to go home, I go to the gym,
Yeah.
go do some stuff, and then I would go home and go to sleep, and that's how I started this whole thing. So then I go to the doctor, do whatever. But now, so that's where I kind of fit that thing in to go in and do my thing. I have that window of hours
Right.
that I can work, and then
So you'll work from like 10 to what time?
10 to
2?
like 2
Okay.
or 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Sometimes I have to push it when I get stuck on a job, and it's
Right.
like 4 or 5 o'clock. That's when I get kind of messed up. Because there's been nights when I've come home,
Right.
changed my clothes, and went to work.
That gets old.
It gets old.
Which kind of goes back to your point though of focusing on like coding jobs, because then you can have it for 3 days.
Right,
And
exactly.
so you can really stay on schedule with your sleep and all that and really
Exactly.
make it work.
Exactly.
Does the time go by faster at night?
Not for me.
Okay.
Because I'm not doing any really physical labor.
Okay.
So I'm managing.
There's probably less people around.
There's less, yeah.
And there's
The
no
thing-
naps that happen at work. I mean, not that you want to. Okay, never mind. Never. You never nap. Right.
No. But the fact that it's not a physically demanding, it helps me just
Right.
kind of keep as far as my body and the wear and tear on my body. The other thing, because of the way that and I keep calling it a model, but the way that I modeled the business.
Yeah.
I'm not even when I was doing the details, I was doing a busy week was like 3.
That's a really busy week though.
And I would have them spread out.
Right.
And then so I mean a lot had to go into it. I had to
Yeah.
think like when I couldn't do the soccer moms
Right.
and the French fries and all that.
Right.
I mean, well,
Because they take too long.
They take too long.
You need a 2 to 3 hour job tops.
So I would,
Yeah, and
so
if
I
you're
would
driving
always,
4 hours, that really doesn't.
So I would, I mean, of course, my clientele has changed because of the years that I've been in it. So I don't really get a lot of those. But usually, when if I get somebody new calling or something like that, by the time I price it out, I'm going like, without seeing the car. But if they say, oh, this and this and that, I'm going like, well, I hit them with the hourly rate, and that usually kind of scares them.
Okay.
So I said, well, no, I charge this by the hour, and it usually takes about 5 hours without seeing it. And they're going like, oh my goodness, oh yeah, okay, well.
And the nice part is you don't really need
and
that
I don't
client.
need it, and that's the beauty of it is I don't, and I say this all the time, and I say this in the industry all the time, and we talked about it before, but I don't have to chase money, and I think that's changed a lot for me. It's changed a lot. I don't have to take the jobs. I don't have to but because I'm not trying to do the business to pay bills, it makes all the difference.
And in a weird way, it makes you more money and more successful because you're not chasing the dollar.
Yeah, and I have to chase the money, man. And just I don't have to take any job. Even when it comes down to clients, when you get somebody on the phone and it's just
And you
like,
get a
bro,
weird vibe.
it's like, you know what, maybe I'm not the guy for you. I say, you know what, I tell them like, you know what, you're looking for the wash and wax guy.
Right.
I tell them all the time, I say, no, you're looking for a wash and wax guy. You're
Right.
not looking for a detailer.
Right.
And that's where that whole thing has changed with us as far as
Right.
a bucket and sponge and a detailer that's really a car washer.
Right.
And then you got this. We're getting to the point where these guys are certified,
Right.
licensed, insured. That's a whole nother area, and that's the area that I'm in. And I can easily just say no. And matter of fact, I've got a bunch of people that
Are you okay?
I got a bunch of
She dented the thing. I'm just kidding.
some guys that are on call that I pass the work on to.
Right, yep.
And a lot of times the customers like that. They say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let me give you this guy's number.
Because they're going
It's just-
into it blind and they've called you because they think you're the best because that's how they found you. So if you have a real, you're helping them.
Yep. So it's been.
And I do think that divide is growing bigger, whether it's with.
You want another soda?
I would like a soda. What does he have?
You want a beer too? I had a diet.
Diet?
Just regular.
I think that divide is growing too, whether it's with the certifications
Right,
or
right.
not. And you could have an argument
Right,
for both, but I
right.
think that the difference between the wash and wax guy and the professional is, is really widening.
Is widening.
And people are starting to realize it as they become more educated
Right.
in the different services and stuff like that.
You know, it's funny, but I was thinking of another word because sometimes I still talk to people on the phone and you talk about detailing and they go like, well, what's that? And I started thinking, I said, you know what, this weekend at the
Right.
car show, I
Yep.
thought of another name. I was like a makeover. When you're talking, because you know, you're talking to people and you have to break it down in layman's terms. I said,
Exactly.
think of it as a makeover. You ever
Yep.
see people when they look like plain Jane, then all of a sudden you get this makeover and it's like this? That's what I'm doing to your car.
Face painting. But you're
So,
that's what my wife does makeup, and I say that's cheating. You know, that's
Nachos.
right here.
Yeah.
The first date should always be
Fried
to a
chicken
swimming
salmon
pool.
sandwich. Hash browns.
Rib.
Hot plate.
Okay.
The kids'
And
ribs
here's
are
some
coming.
right out.
okay, thank you.
That,
Is that the normal size?
yeah. Always fills me up though, because there's a lot of chips in there. I joke and say the first date should always be at the swimming pool. Because the guys can't get tricked that way.
Okay, can we pray?
Let's do it.
Oh, you got the children's meal.
There you are.
Okay,
Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food we're about to see, for the nourishment of our body. We ask that this bless and sanctify in the precious name of Jesus Christ. And we ask that you bless the hands that prepared this, no bacteria, harmful impurities, in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you.
Diet Coke.
No, I
Regular Coke.
okay.
This one's this.
Okay.
I touched your straw, Jimbo.
Take it back. I don't care. You
Yeah.
prayed over it. There's no
Yeah,
bacteria.
that's it. That's it. Yeah. So that's been. So like I say, you know, and like I think when we talked before, man, I really feel that, you know, the way that I did this thing, man, I could look back, you know, 25 years, man, and I think it's the best thing that I ever did. I mean, if you think about it, there's not a lot of the cats that are my age, their bodies, it takes a toll. It'll take a toll. If you're doing it every day on a grind, what you want, baby? It'll take a toll on your body, and you see a lot of guys
Yep.
that are my age that are just you just broke down,
Yep.
and
Or I could reach out. I just don't want to reach over here.
well, that's butter, I think, for you. Yeah. Tastes like it.
Well, I think, do you have any questions for Claude? I think we should wrap up the recording so we can eat.
Okay.
But do you have any questions?
How do you decompress? Naps?
Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Decompress as far as what?
Like,
What's
what's your escape from work?
my escape from work is my
Like spending time with her, or
spending time with her.
Was it detailing too?
working out?
Detailing, working out, but my walk with God, my service, I keep I keep that first and foremost in my life, and that's what helps me. That's what really my spirituality, my walk, my service.
Centers you?
It just keeps me focused. It keeps me, you know. I know that this is like this detailing thing. The level that I'm at is not by chance, and it's not the only. It's like I tell people this all the time. It's like this is just a vehicle. It's a vehicle for me to meet people, to get around, and I don't lose that focus, because you see a lot of the guys, a lot of times in the industry, man, these guys are ego driven. They're like all of these different things, and I know that because of my walk, I know that that's not the reason why I'm here, and I'm at the level that I'm at is to, and it's funny because I talked to Rob.
Yeah.
And dude, I called him today, dude, and dude, he was telling me all of the stuff that happened to him and what happened in his house, but the things that he was doing, I didn't realize he was doing this veterans thing and letting people into his house and training them for free.
Oh, wow.
And then this attack came over him big time. These people just really kind of did him in, and he was like almost getting ready to, like, some stuff was happening with him and his wife after 20-something years of marriage. It got to that level. And I told him, I said straight up, I said, dude, that's the enemy trying to kind of get you off. And I said, I'm going to be praying for you. And we exchanged information. And he was like, I said, no, dude. I said, but that's one of the reasons I know that I'm in here. And and the thing about it, the smooth thing about it is, I just have to walk the walk and talk the talk. I don't have to walk around, I don't have to walk around with a Bible. I don't have to be Bible thumping and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's all about your walking. You see my Facebook page, you see how I am. And people even know, and they know that. And I feel that that's kind of my calling is to, and he kind of got me in here, gave me the opportunity to do something that I get paid to do a passion. Dude, how many people, you know what I'm saying? How many people get to do that? And I know that was not anything that I've done on my own. So when the opportunity comes, like with Rob, that's when I said, oh man, I'm having all these problems. Guess what, bro? Let me pray for you. Let me do. That's what he's called me to do when it's all said and done. Because when we're all gone in here and it's all, we can't take any detailing tools. We're not going to be detailing any cars in heaven. You know what I mean? So it's like,
not because we have to. How about that?
but yeah. So but it's been really good. And I look forward to the things that I'm getting ready to look forward to. Like, we talked a little bit about the shop, because I'm getting more to that area to where, I'm kind of, mentoring, doing some mentoring and some coaching. And I just, and I'm just kind of I'm just one at a time type of a thing. And I'm just having.
You don't have to rush it.
And I don't have to rush it.
You don't have to force it.
So
that's the way to live life.
Yeah. So it's been really good. I've been I feel really blessed and really fortunate. And the people that I meet, it's so crazy. The people that I'm meeting, dude.
It's so crazy to me, and I do want to wrap up. So you can eat. Yes. I don't want you to.
No, go ahead.
I don't want you to have to eat cold food. But that's what's been so crazy to me is like. There's such ego-driven detailers on the internet, but when you meet detailers in person, they're the nicest people.
Yes.
It's so weird.
It is.
So,
yep.
Well, let's wrap up so you can enjoy your food. If people want to find you or connect with you, they want to call you if they're interested in mentoring or whatever, how can they get a hold of you?
Finalappearance.net is the website. finaladetail@gmail.com is my email, and my phone number is 562-607-3026.
You're gonna get some phone calls.
That's cool, man. That's all right. That's what I mean. Hey, it's like I'm at the point where it's I'm paying it forward. The things and the things that I have gone through and to help, especially the younger guys coming up that are That's what part of the business is all about.
When you started.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I always. That's kind of why I started the whole podcast.
Yeah.
It's like Greg was actually there when I started.
Okay.
He was my first employee.
Okay. Wow.
But so you saw. He got to see kind of how I didn't know anything. We were just running around in flip flops watching cars. Serious. That's how it was. There was there was no one like you readily available through a platform like this for free.
Right. Didn't have the internet or anything
really
like that.
There.
That's right.
So that's what's crazy and what's cool about giving back is guys in that shoe can speed up the process so much faster.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I appreciate you taking time. I wanted to get lunch, and I'm like, we always have great conversation. We have great conversation in general, and then fun stuff always happens over a meal. So I thought, you know what, I'm bringing my recorder. I'm not missing out on this. So.
This is good. This is good, though.
So we're going to continue our conversation off the record.
Yes.
So thanks, Claude.
Yep. Thanks, Jimbo.
Thanks, Greg.
I provided a lot. Without me, it wouldn't have